As I walked into frame, I noticed the camera there staring at me with its unblinking eyes. It seemed to be recording me, capturing my very essence as I moved any part of my body. I sat down on the comfortable futon and decided to talk about a really shitty game that made me so upset and made me want to commit neck rope. I looked down at my gun, considering the possibility of suicide. Alan Wake is essentially Luigi's Mansion, but just fucking terrible. See, Alan has a flashlight and Luigi does too. And then Alan fights in the dark and so does Luigi. Alan has a gun, and Luigi could have a gun too if he wanted to, but he isn't epic enough like Alan is. For some strange reason, this game has all these positive reviews on Steam, like it's some sort of good game. Excuse you? This offends me almost as bad as the N-word does. How can anyone like this shit?
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year, and they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What?
Yeah, this is what we're dealing with here, ladies and gamers. So go ahead and strap in those strap-ons, because we're about to take a look at Alan Wake. Before we dive in any further, for those of you who don't know, Alan Wake is an Xbox 360 exclusive horror game that came out in 2010 and was ported to Windows in the year the world ended and Gangnam Style. Alright, so Alan Wake is a famous writer that's trying to take a break from writing, since he has writer's block, by vacationing to the town of Bright Falls with his wife, where nothing bad ever happens. Why is there dark people? Oh my god, die darkies! Darky birds?
I'm good. Keep your eyes
I don't even
open,
like
okay?
coffee. Oh my god! Yeah, we'll get to all that in a bit. After this whole tutorial nightmare sequence, you're on a ferry. And then you're at a diner and meet a whole bunch of people that just won't shut the fuck up! Here is the first problem I want to address with this fucking game. The NPCs just don't shut the fuck up. You'll just be walking along, minding your own business, and they'll be all like, wow, my asshole is so clean today. And either Alan or some other NPC will respond by saying something that doesn't fucking matter. And it's just so frustrating! Fuck! Hey Alan, have you tried this new thing called soap? It cleaned your asshole real nice. You don't fucking matter to the universe. I know, you can leave and not listen to some old farts finish their food. So it's like you choose to stay and listen to them or not. But I just feel obligated to stay here and listen, since the developers obviously put so much work into writing about Dale's squeaky clean anus and putting it into the game. Anyway, so you go into the diner and find that super important spooked lady over here, which has clearly played the game before you.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am.
And then you go in further and find Spooky Lady, not to be confused with Spooked Lady. They're two completely different people. Please keep up. Alan gets the keys to his cabin from the Spooky Lady, and then you're stuck in the diner because the outside is closed! You then leave and find out those weren't the actual keys. Is Alan Cake gonna die? Sadly, no. Once in the cabin, the lovely wife gifts her hubby a typewriter and reveals that instead of trying to get Alan to get away from his writing, she thought it would be nice if he could find inspiration from the place they're in. You know, she's trying to be helpful. So then Alan says, "Thank you, my loving wife," and kisses her on her big fat chapped lips and says, "Let us roleplay our sexual furry fantasies." No, that doesn't happen. That's not real, you stupid. What actually happens is Alan gets unnecessarily angry and gives his wife 2 black eyes. Alan gets unnecessarily angry and leaves his wife in the dark because his wife is like deathly afraid of the dark because, I don't know, she got attacked by the dark as a kid or something. It never really explains to you why she's afraid of the dark, but gee, it's not gonna let you forget.
The old door had played a trick on me. Alice wouldn't have come out in the dark. I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark.
Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Anyway, after he runs out of the house pissed, you're like, ruh-roh, and then something bad happens to her because storytelling, and then drowning, car crash, whoa, this is a game! Yeah, that's basically where all hell breaks loose. Alan then ventures to a nearby gas station after fighting hordes and hordes of darkies. They're called Taken, but I like Darkies better. And he calls the cops once he gets to the gas station. Once the cops get there, they shake him down for his weed, and then... Watch out, guys! He's got weed! Bro, he has that good shit. Shit, let me get some of that. They actually tell him, bruh, that cabin you were staying at is like not even there, silly goose. And then Alan goes, wait, what? And then whoosh. End of episode 1. What? Episode 1? Yup, apparently this shit is trying to pass as a TV series or something, so after every episode ends, you get this screen and some song I don't even care about starts playing. Even after you start the next episode, a recap of what happened in the previous episode plays, so if you're trying to beat the game in like one sitting, it gets just really fucking redundant. Like, come on! And I haven't even mentioned how the game tries to be like a book, too. Yeah, fucking Alan narrates during every cutscene and gameplay segment. And oh my god, Alan Rake, just fucking stop! It would be fine if his narration added anything to what was happening, but most of the time he just talks about shit that just happened, and you're just left like,
oh yes, Daddy Alan, I see you did get attacked by the darkness.
man, fuck that guy. I bet he got bullied over narrating his whole life when he was a child.
Hey Alan, wanna come play basketball with us?
This kid had come up to me and asked me if I wanted to play with him. I didn't want to, but I still felt some sort of obligation to play with him. Instead of saying no, I'm going to make up an excuse to not play with him. Sorry, the darkness inside that basketball reminds me of the void my wife fell in when I treated her like shit and left her in the dark, and it upsets me greatly.
Oh. You could have just said no, asshole.
I got hit in the head with a basketball. I was in pain and couldn't move from the shock. As I lay there, tears in my eyes, and holding back my sobs, I thought to myself, why am I like this? I get it, he's a writer, so he just has to narrate everything that goes on, like if it were a book. Because, you know, this isn't a video game, where I can see what's going on, Alan, take you goddamn... I'm sorry, this is just too fucking much for me. I have to drink some water. Ew! Who the fuck pissed in my drink? Alright, it was me. Anyway, let me wrap this shit up real quick so you can get back to doing your homework. Yeah, I see you, Billy! Go do your algebra homework! Basically, Alan punches this dude square in the face because he said Minecraft sucked. Minecraft is overrated. Personally, I prefer Terraria. Alan and his agent Barry go out to find the guy that captured his wife. Wow, that guy doesn't have her? What? The darkness? Alan Brake gets bodied by the darkness. He ends up at the mental institute. Whoa, Alan isn't crazy? But this guy is.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my...
Whoa! Watch out, Alan! He's gonna get you!
I do love...
Wow, it's the old guys again, but they're crazy and have so much stuff to say to you. And then darkness! Ah! You escape this place, shoot darkies, and go to a farm. You rock out with your voluptuous buddy Barry. Then you get to the farm and listen to the shittiest song that has no subtlety at all.
Of course, we need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be, what's her face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
My 2-year-old could have found that out faster than you, and he isn't even born yet. After that, Alan and Barry have some cold ones on the couch, and this is literally the worst fucking scene in the game. Just take a look.
Seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? Even though you're a crazy bastard. I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
What am I doing with my life? Whoa! Alan Wake was controlled into writing a story that is happening in real life? Oh no! Now furries are gonna commission him to write their fantasies.
Yes! Thank you, Alan Wake!
Then you get to the spooked lady, and she's like,
Yeah, we gotta get to the night room.
and then, I gotta save my friends! And then he has to go save his friends, then darkies galore! And then Clicker, that was mentioned in a flashback, appears, and Thomas Zane, and blah blah blah. Then he goes back to the cabin to finish the story, then he fights a tornado with a flare gun, I guess, and then the town goes back to normal. Did he write a good ending? Did he save his wife? Do I even care? There are 2 more episodes of this game that they added in later, but I don't want to play any more of this shit because the gameplay! That was a pretty good segue, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm a good writer. Better than Alan. Wow, that was a lot of story. So what about the gameplay? Well, it kinda is very not so good. Let me explain. So at the beginning of the game, you learn how to play through this nightmare thing. Alan can walk, run for a very short amount of time. Dodge, shoot, light fools up in more ways than one with a flashlight, and throw flares and flashbangs. Using the flashlight uses up its battery, so you have to collect more in order to keep flashing. And guns use ammo and shit, and yada yada yada. The very basics of the game is, hey, there's this black thing attacking me. Wow, 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 how typical of them. Disclaimer, this is a thing called a joke, and it means I actually enjoy black people. Wait, the darkie attacks you. You flash it with your used Doge flashlight, and this circle will start shrinking, indicating when you can actually shoot them with your revolver / shotgun / hunting rifle. Once the circle is gone, they'll go, ow, dude, that shit hurts my eyes, what the fuck? And then you'll be able to shoot them a couple of times until, yeah, that. You get flares that help you decrease the circle faster, flashbangs to kill darkies instantly, and a flare gun that kills things instantly like the flashbang. And that's it. Yep, that's it for the gameplay. You don't get to do anything else besides this. Oh, and the game says you can climb stairs sideways. Okay, I know this is a stupid thing, but it just bothers me, okay? Why is it that when you climb stairs, it shows all of WASDA? Like, no, you're only using 2 buttons to climb, not all 4. There's only one way to climb stairs. You climb them like this, not like this, developers. The only things that change are the enemies, and how are those? Wow, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I really hate this game. The problems with the enemy types is that they don't add shit to anything except your annoyance of the game. You got your basic ass small darkies, and then you got your big darkies, which are the same as the small darkies, but they're just light and ammo sponges, and that's it. Oh, and they hit you a bit harder. Did I mention the flashlight sucks fucking monster cock? Yeah, trying to use it on one small darkie takes almost a whole battery charge. The flashlight charges so slowly, it forces you to use up all your batteries instead of using them strategically. So it's just constant flash, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh shit, I gotta change my batteries. Fuck, they fell, shit. Oh, and then when you change the battery, it doesn't actually fill your fucking battery meter thing all the way. Look. What? So you use even more batteries when in a big fight. Yeah, you can run away and see if you can fill the battery by waiting, but like I mentioned earlier, the flashlight charges so slowly. and then you get pelted with all sorts of shit, and your freaking dodge mechanic sucks. So you keep getting hit by shit, and then you just fucking get stun locked, and then you die. Anyway, the other enemy types are zooming darkie, darkie group of birds, inanimate object darkies, and bigger inanimate darkie objects. And they're all fucking lame. Zooming darkie dies the same way as all the other ones, except he fucking speeds around like he's got everywhere to be but no place to go. You know what I mean? And since you're just a normal human being, you're just left constantly trying to keep up with it, and it's so annoying. You flash a little bit here and he's gone. And it's just repeat the same thing until you finally get him. Darkie birds, you just need a flashlight on them, but they fly and they swoop in to attack you, and the birds just die one at a time. You don't have to kill all of them with the light. After a couple, they're all like, damn, I guess we did, and fall, which is good, but like, no. Sometimes they'll go too high and you can't hit them, and you're just left looking for them like a stupid idiot imbecile. Small and big darkie inanimate objects are just as pointless, because just like the birds, in which they don't require you to actually shoot them, they just float there, then suddenly fling themselves at you all like, if they hit you, they cause
A lot of damage!
but like, that's all they do. Nothing else. The bigger inanimate darkies are supposed to be like bosses that are in the form of giant tractor things, but they're pretty easy once you figure them out. Huh. What a retard. It's just annoying to have to fight them along with all the other darkies, especially since the game just likes to throw all of these enemies at you at once and say, look, we made the game difficult. There are two more things that bother me about this gameplay. Penultimate point, the game likes to change things up even more by taking the gun away from you, and sometimes even the flashlight too. So you're just left running around trying to avoid other darkies, either with your flashlight or without one. There's this part that fucking takes away your gun and gives it to an AI, which should stand for asinine imbecile, because you shine the flashlight and he won't shoot to kill, and he'll switch to a different darkie, and then more darkies appear, and it's just so thank God it's the only part that does it, but oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. I need more pea water. This is ridiculous. Finally, this game is trying way too hard to be a horror game for some reason. You can tell because it'll keep throwing random shit at you like, ah! Ah! It's the most pathetic attempt at trying to scare the player. And it fucking does this thing every time a group of enemies is coming at you. This removes all the sense of horror that encounter might have had, because it isn't a surprise anymore. See, like, the whole point about something scary is that you aren't supposed to see it coming. Imagine if in the Resident Evil 2 remake, it did the same thing but with Mr. X every time he entered the room. Yeah, not scary anymore. The whole reason Mr. X is so scary in the game is because he's big and you can't kill him, but also because you never know when he's actually going to show up or where exactly he's going to be. All you'll hear is the door slamming open and the sound of me shitting my pants. I know I'm comparing like two completely different games from different eras, but a really good game will always be timeless. So no, Alan Wake is not scary at all. Now on to everything else plus the conclusion. This game is terrible, and if you like terrible games like Kingdom Hearts and God of War 2018 or Borderlands, then this game is just for you. I bet you're all mad because I called your top 3 games all trash. Don't worry, the only game I really hate for real is Kingdom Hearts. With the poopy ass graphics, the never changing environment, and stupid ass voice acting.
We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry.
There could have been things that were added to make it more fun, like different and cool environments that weren't also tiring to look at. More enemy types, like maybe an enemy type that would only move when you took your flashlight off of it. I don't know. This game could have been good if they just, like, changed everything about it. Alan Steak, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give you my rating of not epic in the slightest. You had some interesting ideas, but in the end, you're just some pile of pretentious garbage that no one should remember. Ever. Aw, come on, man. All the self-referential humor made me stand out above the rest. I couldn't have been all bad.
Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie where the best friend's suddenly the bad guy who wrote this crap anyway.
Kobe! I had missed my only shot, and I felt a huge pit in my stomach. Would the people watching think I'm a bad basketball player? Would everyone laugh at me? The thing is, I was good at basketball at one point. Have I grown too old? That's beside the point. There's only one thing left to do after a huge L like that. Goodbye.